Good evening. Welcome to Karl Marx Does the Washing Up.
Where we ponder ludicrous metaphysical nonsense in the time it takes to make 5 Tesco's basic microwave meals.
Which is around 21 minutes.
It is.
I'm Shy Telly.
And I'm Ilyas and Shy.
So we've just spent the last hour and a half, potentially, discussing what we should do this podcast on. And we've realised that we're just so indecisive.
Yeah. But we also get distracted by, the microwave, of course.
Yeah, the washing up.
But also by,
shiny
just
things.
anything. Shiny things.
Not even non-shiny things.
Not even shiny things, or even our own lives, or I don't know, there's a whole novel that could be written about your day.
Yeah, that's so true. About every day that we live, right?
That's true.
But then we do try and get the most from each day that we live.
I don't.
You don't?
No, I just disregard most of it.
But it depends. Maybe...
Absolutely not.
Maybe we just try and get the most out of each day in different ways.
Yeah.
You're right?
I'm just staying in bed.
Yeah, but why would you want to leave the bed?
Because dreaming is superior to...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially with the holograms.
Yeah, dreaming of holograms.
Dreaming
of holograms.
But that's quite a good podcast topic, though. Why do we self-doubt ourselves? Why are we so indecisive? We can't even decide which restaurant to go to.
But I think this is the biggest malaise of postmodern society or whatever.
What, we just can't make decisions?
Yeah, and all of our pain or anxiety or whatever just comes from the fact that there's 100 different types of cereal.
So what you're saying is, instead of learning how to make decisions, we need to reduce the amount of decisions that need to be made.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, maybe. I think a lot of, if we had less decisions, we'd be Kierkegaard has this idea that you're either lost in the finite or the infinite, right?
That's very true.
He says anxiety is the dizziness of freedom, is that one?
And then you think we're lost in the infinite?
Yeah, me and you are constantly lost in the infinite. The notion of the being lost in the finite is when you're in that kind of, you're sort of numbed by, you're in that zombified state where you don't think about anything and you're just trapped in this cycle where you do the same thing always, constantly, and you don't contemplate any other option or whatever. And then the infinite is in this, you're in this state of constant contemplation of the other and the choice.
But does the middle ground exist, or would one always be lost in the infinite or lost in the finite?
Yeah, the middle ground exists. It just eludes us all, always. Well, it eludes me and you completely. The middle ground is this sort of utopic kind of godly state.
But what would the middle ground even look like? So there's 100 brand of cereals to choose from. Would a middle ground have 20 brands?
Middle ground would look like Cleveland or something, or maybe Birmingham.
Birmingham, because it's the middle of England, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Birmingham in the middle of England?
Well, it's the Midlands, right?
Yeah, I guess. But it's also quite Birmingham. Sorry.
Have you even been to Birmingham?
No, exactly. I told you. It's actually
you never leave your bedroom.
Huh?
Yeah.
No. But that would be very plebeian to have an opinion on a place we've been to.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like when people recommend you a restaurant they've been to.
Yeah.
Far too boring.
But I'm always people always recommend me things they have nothing about. And this is the other problem.
It's because you're lost in the infinite. They know.
They know that I know nothing.
You know. Wait, so what's the solution? Should we let some other force make decisions for us?
I think that's kind of it's quite an interesting thing. So I started at one point, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do the third thing, whatever that is.
What if there's only 2 options?
Yeah, well then you go 1, 2, 1.
I like that. That's good. No, that's good.
Yeah?
I'm on board with that. And then what happened to that? Why did you stop doing that? Because that's the living life in the finite, right?
It's maybe a bit, yeah. No, but it's a bit moderate because it's you're letting something else decide.
But you're not limiting your options.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have 7 options. But
but then I was but what happens if I did it with 5? What happens if I did it with 7? And so I got lost in the infinite of the finiteness.
How long did you try this for?
45 minutes.
So wait, what about if we put the decision into not into something like that, but someone who's just as mysterious as us, put it into another person's hands?
This is a lot what religion is, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think God can help me decide which cereal I want.
Maybe God has already chosen what cereal you want, and you're just being a prick about it.
Oh.
And you're just like dicking about, like, oh, should I get the Cheerios or should I get the Lucky Charms?
No,
It's
that's
like,
true.
no, you're going to get diabetes. Go for the shredded wheat.
Yeah, that's so
and
true.
then God already chose the shredded wheat for you.
Yeah, and in Hinduism, there is probably a god of cereal.
And the shredded wheat.
And of shredded wheat.
And the Lucky Charms.
And of crunchy nut. So many gods.
Yeah. So many gods.
No, but so I was on a date, and we couldn't decide between restaurant A or restaurant B. So I actually stopped a homeless person, and I asked him whether we should go to restaurant A or restaurant B, and they weren't like very good options. It was literally like Nando's. Or
That's
Pizza
like
Express.
taunting. It's like,
That's
I know
not
you're not eating tonight, but which luxury establishment should we dine at?
No, well, this is what the girl said, and I was shocked. But I was just like, we're so indecisive. Why not put the decision into somebody else's hand?
I know, because me and you do this sort of...
Yeah, I think all the time, right? And also, but I felt like the homeless man felt like he was I don't think he took it the wrong way. He felt quite nice. He felt quite privileged that we would be asking him. Actually, now I'm coming off like a twat. But he did tell me to go to Nando's.
Oh, yeah, you told me this.
Yeah,
Okay,
he told me to go to Nando's. And I thought maybe we should be letting other people make these decisions.
Yeah, no,
for
I
us.
think that's great. And then you just bring him some Nando's.
No, I did not do that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can bring the next guy Nando's.
Yeah, that's true, exactly. But
I mean, a homeless guy asked me, wanted to take me to dinner once in Washington. Yeah, he's like, let me take you to McDonald's for a nice dinner.
And what did you say?
I was like, it's okay, let me buy you something. So I bought him some McDonald's, but like, went to buy it and give it to him. Not like we didn't have a romantic dinner like he wanted.
But that's quite decisive of you, though.
Oh yeah, but I was maybe.
That's very
You like
decisive.
my hair?
Yeah. So we're living life in the infinite, and there are people out there living life in the finite.
Yeah.
But we don't know anyone living in that middle ground.
No, I think some people are more moderate than other people.
No, well, I'm sure in theory, but I'm saying we specifically don't really know anyone who lives in that. Who lives in the moderate.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time we can actually live in both, but not in between. Sometimes, because I feel like a lot of the time we will be living the finite and contemplating the infinite.
So when you're a kid, you very much live in the finite because your dinner is provided for you, right? You don't actually have any decisions to make, or like your parents will always buy the same brand of cereal for you, or the same drink, or something like that. So maybe
But you're also throw routine to the wind. Like you're just like, I don't care, I just want to play.
yeah, that's,
Right? So
Yeah,
that's kind of the ideal state where you're being sort of like governed towards the finite.
But you're in the infinite.
Yeah, but you're in the infinite, but not in a cerebral manner. You're not contemplating the choice of things. You just no, I want to play and I want to eat Cocoa Pops.
But that makes me think that maybe these lessons should be learned, at childhood.
Yeah, I think a lot of what I've always struggled with life and everything is that people we teach our kids one thing, and then society as we get older we get taught another thing. And so when you're a kid you're cultivated to be kind and giving and sharing.
Yeah, that's true. But when you get into
and
society,
creative and to play the piano and make art and stuff,
Yeah.
then you grow up and you say, Mom, I want to be a pianist. And she's like, what is this nonsense? Pianing? What is pianing? Pianing is not going to get you any money.
it does not pay the bills.
It
Right?
does not pay no bills. And so
Flashbacks of my discussions with my mother.
and then they're like, but we should give more to charity, or I should do this. It's like,
But we need money at home.
You can't be pushed around by the world. You have to grow up. Life is full of assholes. You've got to be an asshole.
And it's so true. You need to be kind. And there's no point being kind.
I'm not even saying be kind. I'm just saying teach us how to behave. If we're meant to be assholes when we're older, let's just cut this crap and start being assholes as kids, right? Just teach us to be assholes as kids, and then we grow up to be assholes. At least we're ahead of the game.
But the thing is, if you think about it, so if you're kind as a child and then you become an arsehole as an adult, at least you've got that graduation. Whereas if you're an arsehole as a child, you may be even more of an arsehole as an adult. And then that could be catastrophic, right?
Yeah. I think there's enough of this nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. But it's true. I feel like we are becoming more indecisive instead of becoming more decisive.
Yeah, for sure.
It's taking us longer to order in restaurants. No, it's taking us just taking
like
us
the
longer
most
to
banal
decide.
decision, like making and we genuinely think that
wasting a lot
like
of
we
time.
make the smallest kind of things, like ordering a chicken or a salad or something,
We
as
make
like
it
an
into-
existential decision.
Yeah, we make it so grandiose. And we end up spending most of the dinner deciding what to eat rather than actually discussing other things.
Yeah, and then once you've put so much time into actually like making the decision, then the decision becomes of a greater weight, and so then you
that's
spend
true.
the whole meal regretting whatever you decided.
100%.
On.
So, but then that's why. So, a couple of times we have gone into a restaurant and just let the waiters choose for us.
Yeah,
But then I suppose that's too little input to the decision. Because remember,
yeah.
like,
I mean, it is a.
yeah, because you can't eat cheese, and he obviously got you some cheese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's also kind of good for me, is because I'm trying to like reintroduce ingredients that I've had to cut out. And so it's a good way of like getting the universe to like choose. And then if I've got like, diarrhea, I'm like, well, it's fucking universe's fault. It's not mine. Dumbass universe. I don't believe in God anymore.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I'm down with that. But I don't know if you're...
But I was living by the I-ching for a little while.
Yeah. But I mean, but I-ching is just like, it's too much.
Yeah, and it doesn't really help. Like, I thought when I first picked up the I-ching, I was like, this is going to help me choose a sandwich. And then I'm sitting and reading this like 600-page book.
Exactly.
For like an hour reading and like rolling these dices and stuff. And it's like, and then it says like, go to page 60. And then it says the lake. Like, what? What am I going to do with this?
No, surely the lake is some sort of reference to tuna. To tuna, right? Or to salmon.
No, I think it means just get a cup of tea.
Well, just get a cup of tea? No
leave,
sandwich?
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what the lake would mean?
No, surely it's like a reference to a fish-based sandwich.
Oh, okay, that's, maybe. Oh, shit, see, I even fucked that up.
No, but that's why I think flipping a coin is so much better. But then it requires you only having two options.
I-ching is flicking a coin, it's just flipping 3 of them 6 times.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, but that's even with the I-ching, though, you're required to narrow down your options. And the same with flipping a coin, right? You're required to narrow down your options. Whereas we can't even narrow down our options, right? That's the issue. Maybe if we could narrow it down
because
the
then we need
options
to
two.
like... Yeah, because then how do we narrow it down? We need to flip a coin to narrow it down.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, how do we narrow it down? Because I'd be very happy to put the decision to somebody else's hand if I had some input in narrowing it down initially.
Yeah. So how do we... Well, then you just like... But I don't, even... So like, just creating an intolerance, that helps you narrow things down. But
I like that. Or just saying that you're vegan or saying that you're vegetarian.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what people are doing.
There's only one thing on the menu. But like my intolerances were so much that it causes so much more anxiety because I'm going in the restaurant and I'm trying to look through all the menus, all the things, what can I eat, what can I not eat, and then it's like 45 minutes and I'm like, oh, let's leave, I can't eat.
No, but then that's when the best adrenaline comes, when you're in a restaurant and then you get the menus and the complimentary water and then you run away. That's the best, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No amount of adrenaline will ever compare to that moment, right? When we run away from a restaurant.
When we run away from
When we run away. But actually,
Like
that's a really good point. So do you think people are vegetarian purely because
they want to limit their options?
they want to limit their options? Yeah, because they've been living in the infinite and that's the way they discovered to make...
That's interesting.
themselves
I've
live in the
never
middle.
met a vegetarian who said that. They normally talk about like morality
Or souls,
or about the environment.
But most
but
most vegetarians that we meet are like anemic because they're not eating enough meat, and then some of them still eat fish.
I don't know if they're anemic.
Maybe I just made that up.
Maybe.
But some of them still eat fish. But maybe this is their way of like reducing the number of options they have.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe
the other
they've been
one.
thinking about this a lot more than we had.
Yeah, but I think normally that's like a result of becoming a vegetarian, and they'll be like, it's a lot easier because actually I can only eat one thing on the menu. They might say that, but it's not like I decided to do this because of that reason. I mean, I think the grounds for becoming vegetarian are very solid. But what I don't understand is, which I've always understood, is a lot of people, who say, I don't want to hurt animals and they don't want to have, they're made of souls and stuff. But then they decide to eat fish
But didn't we
instead
discuss
of meat.
this?
Yeah. This is what I was telling you. Like,
Yeah,
it's like.
yeah.
But what I've understood is why do you cut out fish? Why do you cut out meat and not fish? Because surely, like, there's more souls